What's up, guys? Brandon Lacascio here with BCGK, and I'm standing next to
Chuck Lacascio, the C in BCGK.
He's the C, and I'm the B. Let's go, baby. So we are in front of the Christopher Canyon Apartments in Auburn, California. We're back, baby. Second building we're doing in Auburn, and we're really excited to talk to you about this one. 16 doors. Let's go. We're gonna give you all the nuts and bolts here. Let's roll.
Hey, so Brant, why Auburn? How did we find this deal? And why exactly are we here today?
Auburn is, as you know, great place to invest in real estate, great place to live. It's really considered sort of a outdoorsman, outdoorswoman type place, very active lifestyle community. It's sort of an affluent suburb of Sacramento. And as you know, we already own a deal in Auburn. It's been amazing. Right. So why wouldn't we come back for a second time?
Right.
This deal popped up on the radar and we had to jump on it, and here we are. So let's go talk about the deal, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some of the property highlights. Why do we love this property? Well, first of all, we got a lot of square footage, 14,000 square feet. That's because every single unit is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with 900 square feet. So Chuck, what else we got going on the outside? Let's talk about parking for a moment. Okay. What's the deal with the parking?
We have 16 dedicated parking spaces for the tenants.
Which is great. Plus, we got some parking out front, so there's overflow when we've got guests or anybody else that need to park here, right?
That's right, yeah.
So let's talk about the APNs in the buildings.
So there's 4 buildings and they're all individually APNs,
which gives us some options. So down the road, if we decide to sell one of the buildings, we can do that. And additionally, we're not required by law to have an on-site manager, even though normally we would be at 16 doors, because of the fact that they're technically 4 fourplexes instead of a 16-unit building.
And each building is individually metered for those units in that building. So huge plus for us that we don't have to hunt down bills.
We don't have to be the accounting guy for gas and electricity, right? Just let the tenants pay their bills directly. Plus, it encourages them to conserve, which is not a bad thing. Let's talk about the roof for a moment. How old is that bad boy?
A year old. The seller just put on a new roof. So on all 4 buildings, which is great for us.
Yeah.
It's a new roof. It's going to last a long time.
Absolutely. Then we've also got new dual pane windows. The screens are a little bad, but that's very inexpensive. But the windows themselves are awesome.
Yes.
Brand new.
Not single pane, they're dual pane, so they'll last a while. There's also on-site laundry here. However, we do plan on bringing in-unit washer and dryer to the units as we turn those.
We all know if we can offer a newly renovated unit to somebody that can take 3 steps and do their laundry in their unit without having to walk out the front door, it's a big plus. And fortunately, with these large floor plans, we got plenty of room to do that. All right, Chuck, let's talk about some of the improvements we want to make on the exterior.
Right, so I'm thinking we definitely want to approach the paint for each of the buildings.
You know, it's funny to me, painting a building is like one of the most simplest things you can do as a landlord, and so many people don't do it, but literally you take these buildings and you throw a coat of new paint, touch up the eaves, get rid of some of the dry rot and the termite damage, it's gonna look completely different.
Right, even to take some of that painting ideas and apply it to this railing here where we see some rust, clean up these railings and put some new tops on them.
Yeah, clean them up. Otherwise, structurally they're great, but clean them up, get them looking good. What about the asphalt out there, the parking area?
Yeah, so brand new asphalt and even potentially new drains while we're doing the asphalt so that there's good drainage when the rain hits.
Right, so one of the things that came up in inspections is that the property has a little bit of a drainage issue. Not a big deal, but you know, water's draining in on the rare occasions in California that it does rain, which lately has been the case.
Yeah.
So we're looking at redoing some of the asphalt to make things better aesthetically, but also to, while we're doing that, use that as an opportunity to go in and fix some of the drainage issues.
Right.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think views are important to people?
Very important, yeah.
I mean, because who wants to look at a block wall or a tree or nothing, right? I mean, a tree maybe they want to look at, but
or next door.
What if you look at 1,000 trees out yonder, right? I mean, with this property, you sit on a bluff, and it's like your nearest neighbor is 300 feet away, and they're down at a different level. The topography of this property is amazing.
Right, you got seclusion a little bit, some privacy, right? It's hard to find sometimes, especially
the fireplace is burning back there. You got a nice smell in the air. Like, this is a nice little town. And you'd think you were in the mountains, but really, civilization is about 2 miles that way. You're right in a downtown corridor.
Yeah, really close still to downtown.
So let's talk about landscaping here. What do you think we got to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, look at these shrubs.
1960, baby.
1960. They've been here a long time.
Very long time. Not to mention that you've got this old river rock, which once upon a time used to be kind of cool, but really not the juice anymore, not the jam anymore.
We can make it more exciting, obviously with flowers or different arrangements to kind of give it a little more life.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes mature landscaping is nice, but it can be a little too much, right? This is like a perfect example of that. You've got a lot of mature landscaping at different parts of this property, but it's almost like not really well thought out, and it's all very old school feeling. All right, Chuck, so one of the things that we want to point out is the flat roof on the laundry building. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Right, so as you can see, it's flat, there's some water pooling on top, and it might need some patchwork here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we could probably patch it a bunch of different times and keep it going, or because it's not a very large building, we could just replace it. Boom, we're done. We put a 20-year roof on there. We don't have to worry about it.
Right, let's go check out the inside.
Dude, let's do it.
Okay.
Back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa.
All right, so what are we working with in the laundry room?
We got 3 washers, 3 dryers. We got a utility sink behind you.
You know, that's nice.
And they can
Kids
pay
get
by
dirty,
phone.
they can watch some stuff right there.
That's right. Tenants can also pay by phone, so it makes it super easy.
Beautiful.
And convenient.
Who the hell wants to carry a bag of quarters around?
Nobody. All right, Brandon, so we got bears and we got a trash problem here. So what are we gonna do with the trash?
I love bears. I don't like trash, but I love bears, you know, as long as they don't bite. So,
Yeah.
Well, bottom line is the current landlord, the current management company, the way they've been doing it is just putting these little straps on top of the trash cans. I'm not really even sure how they work, but apparently this is supposed to keep a bear out. I'm not sure that that's foolproof, but what we wanna do is create 2 new structures. One or 2 structures, probably 2 on either end of the parking area. So that way it's actually like a real dumpster that slides in. It locks at night, no bears are gonna
Easy
get
access for the tenants to get to those.
Of course, but
sides.
something that's metal that closes that a bear is not gonna come here and pick a lock and get inside, right? And what that also does is the aesthetics of the property. Nobody wants to come pull in here, or you have guests over, you invite someone over to your place.
That's right.
And they're gonna look at just a mattress and a bunch of old weird stuff, and let's clean this stuff up and start making it look good, right?
Yeah, I think that's a priority.
Let's do it. So Chuck, what are we doing with the back area and this fence?
As you can see, this fence is here, and it looks like the asphalt is kind of a tripping hazard. It's not the safest thing. I mean,
there's like a gap in
holes,
between.
There's a gap right in between the asphalt and this fence. So I think the plan would be, as we're looking at the asphalt, we would actually take this fence out and line up a brand new fence while we're doing the asphalt.
Which would look great, and it would be much safer in terms of people not falling off this thing.
Right.
All right, guys, so we're in downtown Auburn. Let's go. What do you think about
Auburn,
this town, Chuck?
California, a little piece of Americana here.
Little Mayberry town. This is an original California gold town, by the way. They were out here panning for gold, hanging out, setting up shop in Auburn. And I have to tell you, I don't think a lot's changed since then.
A lot of quaint, cute little shops in the downtown corridor where we're at right now.
One of the best places is that it's actually very close to Sacramento. It's very close to Tahoe. What, 2 hours?
2 hours away.
Right? You can get down to Sacramento, catch a flight, or go to work down there, check out the downtown in 30, 40 minutes.
Right, yeah. You got the State Theater here, built in 1930.
The Placer County Courthouse.
Yeah.
Also another building that actually was one of the original state capitol buildings in 1848, 1858.
So Brandon, why are we investing in Auburn?
Well, look, when you buy a piece of real estate, anybody can just, where should I buy? Or spin the globe and pick a spot, right? But when you buy in a really fantastic area where there's low crime, where there's a nice population of people and things happening, that's one way you're gonna protect your investment. So we believe by continuing to invest in Auburn that it's really a safeguard for us and our investors. What's up, guys? All right, I found Kevin, the K in BCGK, and Kevin's been running all of our inspections this weekend. So Kevin, let's break it down. What are we doing for our inspections?
Yeah, let's talk about our inspection process. Phase 1 of the inspection process. The first weekend that we're here, we want to get a really good feel for the building. So we start with a general home inspection. And what that entails is a top to bottom process. We're looking at everything from the roof to the exterior, the railings, plumbing and electrical, and getting a basic feel of what's going on in those systems.
Absolutely. And by the way, so we hire a licensed company that comes in and does all that stuff for us, and they're going to put together a very comprehensive report after the weekend, which is fantastic.
That's right. Aside from that, supplemental inspections we've done, termite, asbestos, which is looking at things like drywall, acoustic ceiling, of which we don't have any here, and some of the other building materials to know when we disturb those materials, what processes and protocols do we need to have in place. Aside from that, we also do a sewer line inspection, very important.
Absolutely. They take a camera, run it through the pipe, and they'll actually give us that video with their recommendation of anything we should do to make sure the sewer line is in tip-top shape.
That's right. So by doing all of those things in weekend 1, especially in a process like this where we have a 17-day due diligence period, we get right to it. We get a lot of reports back. We normally get them within 2 to 4 business days, and we're going to review those within our 17-day due diligence period to then know what are we looking at, what kind of concessions might we ask for from the seller, and what in general is our process going to entail when we start remodeling, when we start making changes and improving the property. let's talk a little bit more about the kitchen. At BCGK, what we like to do is provide a clean and neutral color palette for our tenants to make their own. So we do things like refinishing cabinets. White shaker is a color that we've always preferred. These Formica countertops, they're just fine, but we prefer stone or quartz when we can. Sometimes earthy tones to match the natural environment up here in Auburn. This vinyl flooring, not bad, but you know, if we can replace it with a new LVP, something that's a little bit more modern, a little bit more durable, industry standard at this point, we're happy to do that. Up above the stove here, we've got a lot of dead space. So a nice range with an exhaust fan being installed in this area is something that we can do that'll just add to the functionality of the kitchen overall. And then these white appliances, they're nice, they're fine, but we prefer stainless steel when we can. It adds a little bit more of that nice touch. People enjoy being in the kitchen. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen, so we really want it to be an enjoyable place.
All right, Kevin, thanks for all the great information on the kitchen. So let's talk about some of the rest of the floor plan, starting with this giant living room behind us. What do you think about this bad boy?
Yeah, it is. It's really spacious. We love the living space here, and really not too many changes that we would make. One of the things that we would probably do would be getting rid of carpet and transitioning to an LVP flooring, just a little bit more durable and a little bit more consistent with our standard. But aside from that, as you can see, new vinyl windows, very spacious, plenty of space.
Lots of light comes in.
Lots of natural light, yeah, beautiful outdoor surroundings. So not a whole lot to do here except enjoy the nice big living space.
Love it. Let's go take a look at the rest of the place.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys, so check out this bedroom, the size of it, right? We've got these large floor plans, and it just continues right into the primary suite. Kevin?
Absolutely. Primary suite measuring about 12 by 12, and the secondary suite about the same size. So really, really spacious. The beautiful thing about the primary is it does come with a walk-in closet, which is pretty rare to find in standard apartments. And not too much to change here either, which is nice and beautiful. We'd probably get rid of the carpet and put down an LVP flooring, just a little bit more modern, a little bit more durable. Aside from that, just enjoy the spacious bedrooms. That's about it.
Straightforward. All right, guys, so we're standing in the hallway outside of the bedrooms right next to the bathroom, and there's another great feature we're thinking about upgrading to here we want to talk about.
Yeah, so when we ran through these units, one thing that we noticed is they already have a good deal of storage. Well, we see this cabinet at the end of the hall, and while it does have some utility, we thought, why not give people the ability to do laundry in their own home? We do have an on-site laundry facility already, but some of the feedback that we've gotten is that, you know, of course, it's not quite as convenient as having in-unit laundry. So by adding some washer and dryer hookups in here and allowing for the ability to have a stackable at the end of the hall, we now transition this area that's primarily just storage space right now into a more functional area that makes the overall living experience much more convenient.
Love it. Let's go check out the bathroom.
Yeah, let's talk about what we just left off with, extra linen storage. We got plenty of storage here, so losing that hall closet if we do washer and dryer tie-ins, not a real big deal. Down to the floors, you know, we have a vinyl kind of similar to the kitchen. We'd likely replace that with LVP, just a little bit more modern. Yeah, maybe a new countertop, refinish or replace the cabinets, and then for sure, a nice big mirror. We'd replace the smaller medicine cabinet with a more full-size mirror.
Look great.
Aside from that, everything's in really good condition.
Yeah, check out the shower.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the one last thing to look at here would probably just be the shower. Just nice tile shower, pretty standard stuff.
Large tub.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so that pretty much concludes our inspection weekend and our property tour video here. We appreciate you guys checking this out. We've had a lot of fun. It's always great to get out of Dodge and get up to one of the cities where we're buying a property. What would you say, successful weekend?
Successful weekend back in Auburn. We walked each unit, we did our inspections, and we now have a comprehensive game plan for our renovations to really drive home that value add strategy. Kevin, what are the next steps?
Yeah, the next steps are really simple. You know about the inspection process. You know about the floor plans. It's time to learn about the investment process. You can reach out to me directly with any more questions or to have a conversation about anything that you've heard throughout the course of these videos. We'll also be setting up a webinar. We're going to host a webinar, generally runs about 60 to 90 minutes, where we do a comprehensive look at the property. We're going to go over everything from what we found in our reports to our investment structure and game plan. Or you can also dive into our investor portal, bckg.investnext.com. Yeah, check out the link. It's down there. Get into our portal, use the resources that we built there to help you learn more about the property. And by the way, it's beautiful. You can invest directly through the portal. It's seamless, it's flawless, it's super simple.
Let's go, cash flow. Woo! Yeah.